So let's review up. We're going to review up another Veggietales special. What Veggietales special should we review, guys?
Are we not going to systematically go through the Wikipedia page that I linked in the show notes of the last episode?
No, because
it lists all of the Veggietales episodes.
We've already chosen to do Madame Blueberry, which I'm sure came out in like 1998, and then Jonah, which came out in like 2004.
I think it was 2. I think it was
2002. So we've already screwed that up. Like, I mean, we've already done so with that plan. So we're just doing them in the order that we just feel, you know? Like what do you feel in your right pinky toe, you know? Like what are you feeling down there?
I only feel my left pinky toe.
All right, Sarah can't feel anything.
Her right pinky toe is gone.
She lost it in the war. She The war when ranch bugles and regular bugles clashed. The Civil War of Buglelicious.
So are we doing Madame Blueberry or we're doing it?
No, we already did Madame Blueberry.
Oh yeah.
So we could do Esther.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you guys want to do Esther?
I think we should do the older ones first, and I think that's a pretty old one, so.
Alright. We are reviewing the Veggietales special that's based on the biblical story
I don't think they're all
of
specials,
Esther.
Tina.
But
Yeah, they're just episodes.
They're just episodes.
No, but they... Okay, maybe they are just episodes.
It's not Veggietales in the house.
Well,
Ha!
we're going to leave that hot take about Veggietales selling out to Netflix for a future episode.
Yeah.
It's not a hot take. Everyone just agrees that it sucks.
So, if you are just ready for that rant video, at some point I'm sure that we'll record the opposite of a Saul Good in My Woods. Like we'll build up like 5 Saul Good in My Woods, and then we'll put out like 1 rant video.
So bad my bog.
Yeah, so bad in the bog. I'll find a bog, and then we'll just sit in a bog and talk about how terrible it is that Veggietales sold out to Netflix. But that'll be in a future episode. So yeah, Veggietales, Esther, episode whatever number it is, episode Esther.
So let me see if I can remember the storyline.
Yeah,
so
basically.
It's basically just Esther.
Parts. Yeah, but there are different parts because in the Veggietales, no one actually gets hanged on his own gallows.
Oh yeah, no 70-foot gallows.
They get banished to the tickling something.
Right, yeah.
The Isle of Tickling.
The Isle of Tickling. And my favorite part, most favorite part too, is at the beginning when he's like, "Dear, go make me a sandwich." Make your own sandwich, and then he kicks her out.
So
that's basically how it starts.
Yeah, that's
right. So the
king of the Persians and what are the other people's called? Medes and Persians. King of the Medes and the Persians was talking to his queen, and he's like, "Go make me a sandwich." And the queen's
he actually asked the servant, was like,
"Hey, servant, go tell the queen to make me a sandwich." And then the servant walks over and tells the queen, "The king wants you to make a sandwich for him."
And it's like, she's like, tell him to make his own sandwich.
And then the king, and then
back.
the servant comes back and she's like, "The queen is not going to make you a sandwich." And then the king is like, "Banish!" In the actual biblical story, he talks to his advisor. I think he talks to his advisors, and his advisor's like, "Hey, you should banish the queen and get a new one because that will make you a sandwich."
It wasn't making a sandwich.
It wasn't making a sandwich in the Bible. It was something different. But then the king does what his advisors advise, and then he kicks her out. She's banished. She can't come back. And then he goes and he's like, "Now I gotta get a new queen." So basically, he sends out messengers.
He sends a servant to basically kidnap all the good-looking.
Well, that's it, yeah. In the Veggietales special, he sends out this guy Which, in the VeggieTales special, it is actually, what's his name?
It's not Mordecai, it's the enemy of Mordecai.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Oh, right.
Bad guy.
You gotta remember the bad guy's name, guys.
Cornelius?
No.
It was, I remember hearing something of when they would say it, whenever they said the name, people would like make noisemakers to drown out his name.
It's not Mordecai.
He keeps stealing them.
Yeah, it's not from Brand Stable. What's his name?
Yeah.
We should know this.
No, it's good.
We definitely should.
I have a Bible in my bag in the back seat.
I have a
We
Bible
can
in the
look it
back
up.
there. Sarah, pass me that Bible.
Okay, very good. I'll go. We're just all good talking.
Haman.
There we
that's
go.
what it is.
Hey,
I
man.
remember.
Almost had to look it up in a Bible. Saved ourselves at the last minute.
Haman.
Okay. So, in the VeggieTales special, the king gets Haman to go around in his cart and kidnap women. Which is not a great image.
Really bad,
But it sounds really bad for a kid's special.
It's actually not a cart, it's a car, but instead of the wheels, it's like the French peas. And then
It's this car which runs on French
and
peas.
there's a thing on the back that is like a jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically he's going around and scooping up the ladies. I believe what happens in the Bible
Oh no.
is closer to the king sending out servants. Because this is how they communicated like news in those days, was the king would send out servants and they would literally yell in the streets what had happened, like decrees. So I believe what he did was literally send out like an army of people to holla that he needed a new queen. Just like to just scream in the streets, need a new queen! Anybody want to be a new queen? But
by the way, sorry for the chip bag noises. We're all just eating ranch noodles.
yeah. So in VeggieTales special, Haman's going out. VeggieTales going. Haman's going out. He's kidnapping female vegetables.
And Esther is talking to her
Uncle
cousin,
or cousin?
His cousin,
Mordecai.
yeah.
Cousin in real life, but I believe in the VeggieTales special, he might have supposed to be her uncle.
No,
I think he's
remember her saying
still the
cousin
cousin.
Mordecai.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She didn't want to leave Mordecai. He was like, go. What do you
The bottle.
What bottle?
Keep talking.
Okay. And he was like, you should go. I don't remember why.
You should go and try to become the queen because you're.
Mordecai,
I think it's because her parents
worked in the palace, so he was gonna be. He was like, I'll visit you if you become queen. And then she left in the jail cell on the back of a French pea power car.
Hold on though. I think in real life and in the VeggieTales story, it was involuntary. Like it was conscription.
Yeah. She was forced to be. She was forced to go, but she was going to like disagree.
Okay.
Yeah.
To not go or something.
Right.
She was like gonna like I don't know like try and fight soldiers or something, but then her cousin Mordecai was like
arms though.
Cousin Mordecai was like, don't fight. Queen's a pretty good deal. It's pretty good. If you get to be a queen, you get like all this beauty stuff. And then even in the VeggieTales special, this is also in the biblical version, they talk about like her being like dolled up. In the VeggieTales special, it's like I don't think they say that it's a year's worth of it, but in the Bible it's like it's a year's worth of like being in a spa.
I think she said.
Right.
I think they said a couple months.
No, in the VeggieTales special, it was like she got all dolled up, and then, but in the VeggieTales special, when they get presented to the king, it's like in this, it's like in this theater, and it's like a talent show of them going out and singing.
Yeah.
And they have not Mordecai, Haman and the king have like thumbs up and thumbs down like paddles.
So basically, it's like they come out and they rate them on their singing ability. It's like an America's Got Talent or like a
and then American
Idol.
The most famous single of whatever this year, Puppy puppies are cuddling.
Exactly.
Is said by this random person, and they actually repeat it in another Veggietales that's newer.
Yeah.
And it's puppies are good, puppies are cute, and they do it with like a harmonica. It's weird, crazy, poppy, and then she
It's
burps
funny.
at the end. So
Basically, in the Veggietales special, the other like 3 female vegetables that we get to see come out and perform are like terrible and like
I think they
screechy.
only showed one.
I think they only showed one. They showed a couple of the other ones lining up, I think. And they only actually showed one singing.
Yeah.
And then Esther comes out. This is in the Veggietales special. Esther comes out and she sings this beautiful song that she like wrote herself or her uncle wrote or something.
No, it was like something her I sang to her.
Something that her mom sang to her, and she sings this beautiful song, and the king likes it.
And they both like flip up their thumbs up paddles really quick.
Yes.
Yes.
And then he takes her as his queen, and Esther's like, what the heck, I didn't even want this anyway, I expected to go in and be like sent away because I'm one of a million girls.
I don't remember what it's called. It's about God showing her his hand or something.
And then that was one of the things that I actually loved about this episode the most. Like, now I'm starting to doubt it a bit. But at least for many years, I was certain that some of the greatest songs ever written were in the Esther Veggietales special.
They were really
like
good.
The soundtrack of it, like, I'm still confident that it has the best soundtrack of any Veggietales episode.
That's pretty solid.
Because it was like, it wasn't like, of course, Veggietales is famous for the silly song halfway through it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's goofy, and the whole thing's...
song for Esther.
The whole thing's I'm not sure, I think it was Barbara Manatee. Barbara Manatee,
the Wikipedia, Judah, the Wikipedia page of episodes will tell us.
It will. It will tell us whether or not I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's what I love. Barbara Manatee, you are the one for me. From above, you are the one I love.
It's about like Larry watching this like I don't know what it's
about Larry Cucumber and his stuffed manatee.
He's watching this like manatee TV show, and she's like, this guy who she likes is like, I have to go off to France. And she's like, you don't know French.
And then there's like, I will be. He's like, I'm gonna be like this manatee on this TV show's like, I don't know, special person. Yeah, that was a funny one.
And then Bob randomly walks in.
And he's like, Larry,
go read a book.
What are you doing? Go read a book. Stop obsessing over this manatee in some rom-com.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. But like the thing about the songs from Esther that I think really like, I don't know if I should say impacted me, because it didn't like change my life. But like the thing that I thought was really cool about it, at least when I was younger, haven't seen it in a couple of years at least, was that they're like, they have a lot of actual instruments in them.
Yeah.
Like some of the other episodes, it'll be like, especially the old ones, you can tell that it's like some guy in a room who's like tapping on some bongos and then like making some mouth noises, and it's just supposed to be funny.
That one where they're in like a drive-through and he waits all night, and then he sees like that other special.
What? That's the cheeseburger one.
Yes!
Lonely cheeseburger, my only cheeseburger, I'll wait for you. Oh, we will wait for you. But anyway, that's another silly song. Besides the silly songs, like the actual songs in most of the Veggietales episodes are just supposed to be funny. Like they're about the story and they're just funny. But the ones in Esther were actually like somewhat serious and at times sad.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of real instruments in them. Like I'm confident there's actually someone in a room playing an actual, like, I don't know, violin
like
or whatever.
Show Me Your Hand one was like actually a really good like Christian-based song. Like,
yeah. So I think that was one reason why the Esther episode stuck in my head so much. Also, the Island of Perpetual Tickling sounded like the scariest place in the entire world.
When you're a kid.
Which was appropriate because it was a metaphor for death.
And also mostly hell.
And and also being hung from a 70-foot gallows.
That you ordered.
That you built. Ordered built. So yeah, where are we? We're at the right.
She's
so
sitting on the balcony, and Mordecai comes
she's
to
the
visit
queen
her.
now, and Mordecai's coming and he's talking to her and he's like, "You're gonna be okay," and she's like, "This sucks." And he's like, "You're gonna be okay." What did she say, Sarah? I think at that point she's like, "What the heck, God?"
I remember a little bit later he sees signs saying that he's going to be sent to the island of Perpetual Decline.
Yeah. So we need to give the update. So both in the biblical story and in the Veggietales story, Haman does this thing that's against the Jews. In the Bible, it's a decree where it's like, the Medes and Persians, the people of the kingdom that they're in, the king is the king of, should kill the Jews. In the Veggietales version, they should be sent to the island of Perpetual Tickling.
Yeah.
And Haman and Esther are both Jews. So
not Haman.
Sorry, not Haman. Mordecai.
Esther.
Haman's not. He doesn't make a decree to kill himself. So then, what was I saying? Right. So Esther's on the deck and it's on the porch thing of the palace.
Yeah.
And at some point, Mordecai comes and talks to her and says,
climbs up vines.
Climbs up some vines. This isn't. I don't think that's in the biblical version, but it might be. But he climbs up some vines and he's talking to her and he's like, "They make a decree." He's not actually Italian. Just for the record, all these terrible accents are inserted by me. He's like, "They made a decree where they're going to kill us all, including you, because you're a Jew, even though you're the queen."
They don't know that she is a Jew.
The king and the people in the palace don't know that the queen is a Jew. Esther, the new queen, is a Jew. So then, throughout the story, basically it becomes obvious. I don't remember in the Veggietales episode if it's that Mordecai tells Esther that she needs to go before the king and insist that this decree be changed so that she can save the Jews' lives. Or if in the Veggietales episode it's something that God actually tells her.
No, it was Mordecai.
Mordecai. Okay.
Yeah.
But it becomes obvious that
he brings her the warning,
the poster that says that they're going to send them to the island of Perpetual Tickling. And then it's like da 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 da, and then she has to do this, and then she gets really scared, and then eventually she goes before the king. And what happens?
Well, first.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You forgot that
it's really scary because if someone goes before the king and they're not, and he hasn't requested them, and he doesn't hold out this golden scepter to them, they go to the island of Perpetual Tickling.
Yes.
AKA death. So because he hadn't requested her to come before him, and she was going to go before him to ask that this decree be changed, she could die if he wasn't like, "You know what? It's cool that you being up in the here right now." So Sarah, what happens? She goes before him after much fighting this.
And instead of asking for the decree, she was turned out, so she asked them to join her for a dinner.
Basically, she said, "Yo, you want to come to brunch?" And then he was like, "Sure."
It wasn't.
No,
brunch.
it was more like,
it was
of course,
a bank.
It was a dinner or a banquet.
And Haman came so that she could.
And she asked for Haman to come as well.
Yes.
Because she wanted it to be like mic drop when she said it. It was like, "Hey, evil, you go get rid of him or get rid of me."
I'm pretty sure though that in the same scene where she asks him, Mordecai saves the king's life by
so there are a couple
pushing him out of the way of a falling piano. I think.
So
yeah, that's what happens.
There are a couple of peas, apparently the same peas that powered the car that kidnapped the female vegetables.
I think there are just millions of peas.
There are just millions of peas. Yeah. Apparently, all the people in the kingdom except for Esther and Mordecai and Haman and the king are peas.
Yeah.
Except for that one bad singer.
And that weird angel of death comes in and tickles people with a feather.
That too.
So yeah, these peas are moving this piano into the.
No, one's holding the string, and another is bringing a cake in for the king, and the king comes up to the cake, and then they drop the piano, and then Mordecai
So these peas are trying to kill the king with a piano and a cake in this complicated contraption.
They've got like this piano rigged up on ropes above the king's head.
As if
I don't remember how they got it there.
Yeah, they don't tell you.
As if somehow that's how you move a piano. It's like you rig it up to the roof and then like crank it up high and then swivel it over.
And only one pea is holding the rope down.
This entire piano.
Yeah.
The peas are not massive in this show, by the way.
No.
They're like I don't know what the relative size is. A soccer ball.
At least.
Yeah.
Well, what are you using as your base measurement?
I have no idea. They're vegetables.
I mean, really, if you try and find human meameasurements, then you go back to the kitchen where Larry and Bob live, and everything is actually the size that
we can't go back there. We can't go back there. We cannot go back there.
I don't even know why they do it in the kitchen because there's a computer.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, sometimes the computer's
The only
in the
reason
kitchen.
that it's special that it's a kitchen is because Larry falls from the sink one episode when he has an oven mitt on his head.
Okay.
Back to Esther.
Yeah, back to Esther. So, where were we? Right. She invites them. So, peas try and kill the king. Mordecai saves the king. It gets written down in the king's book. But the king hasn't read the book yet. So, Haman and the king get invited to brunch. And then I think in the Veggietales episode, they go to the first banquet with Esther. First dinner with Esther. Yeah. Esther can't spill the beans. So she says, come to a second dinner, and I'll tell you what this is about at the second dinner. And then I believe in between the first and second dinner in the Veggietales episode, the king is like, I can't sleep, and he's reading his book of things that have happened in his long and majestic reign.
Yeah.
And he reads that these two peas tried to drop a piano on him, and that Mordecai saved his life. And then he's like, what did I do for Mordecai? I can't remember. And then he calls in Haman into his chambers. And he's like, my dude, what did I...
No, you skipped a part. He asks, what did we do for Mordecai? And then the record keeper says, nothing.
And then he invites Haman in and he says,
what should be done?
There's this guy that I want to give like a cool thing to. Like maybe give him a higher rank. And Haman thinks this is him. Because, I mean, obviously, because it has to be Haman. And then he's like, you should give him your best robe and put him on a high horse and parade him around and give him a really good job and parade him around saying, this is my servant, something.
This is how the king treats those who he approves of, or something.
Yeah, who honor him.
Like that,
yeah, who honor him.
And then Haman says, "Oh, who is it?" Expecting it to be him. Yeah. And the king's like,
"Do all of this for Mordecai." And then Haman's like, "This sucks. I have to go around and sit with the person that I hate is awesome." Oh, we've totally forgot a part of it because Haman was the second in command to the king. When he walked around, people were supposed to bow down. This is why he originally made the decree to have all of the Jews sent to the Isle of Tickling.
Because they wouldn't bow down
because specifically Mordecai wouldn't bow down.
Yes.
So this is beef between Mordecai and Haman in this Veggietales episode and in the real biblical story.
Yeah.
Where he got a hate on for him. And then the king's like, you gotta go around and say this guy's awesome. Put my robe on him, put my ring on him, put him on my horse. And you gotta walk him around and they'll be like, "He cool, he ride, hold up."
You so lit, fam.
You so lit, fam. I ought to make a medium rare vine about you. So he has to go around and do that, and he hates it. So he gets so mad about it that he has I don't think there's actually any gallows in the Veggietales version.
No, it's just
yeah.
He prepares the Isle of Tickling.
Yeah. He zests it up or something, or he tells them to tickle extra.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then
the dinner happens.
The second dinner.
And I think in the biblical version it's actually 3 dinners, but they only do 2 in the Veggietales.
What happens at the second dinner?
The second dinner, Esther's finally like, King, please save me. So someone is trying to destroy my people. And he's like, who is this? I will destroy them. And it's like, it is, hey, I almost said Mordecai. It is Haman. I am a Jew, and he is trying to destroy my family. But and then he gets sent to the island of Israel to be like,
and then he gets tickled off frame.
He gets extra tickles.
And I think that's pretty much it.
I think that's it.
For the Veggietales version. In the biblical version, the actual result is that the king issues a second decree on top of the first one.
Yeah.
That when all the peoples of all the nations rise up to attack the Israelites are allowed to fight back.
Yeah.
Which causes no one to rise up to attack the Israelites.
Basically, the Israelites are like, we be all in it together now. And then it's like, hey, instead of attacking the individual Israelites who weren't allowed to defend themselves, now we have to attack like 400 of them who have banded together into an army. And it'd be like, we ain't actually into wage of war.
And Mordecai gets promoted to second in command instead of Haman.
And he gets Haman's job. And in the biblical version, this isn't exactly G-rated, so...
Wait, are we still recording?
I believe we are.
I checked a little while ago and we were, yep.
We're at an hour and 38 minutes.
Yes!
Alright, so yeah. That's how it went down. The Isle of Perpetual Tickling, and you got extra tickles.
Extra tickles.
So we should rate it out of 5 stars. What do you think, Sarah? Veggietales. Esther.
Esther's one of my favorite older Veggietales.
Just go, there's no one there. Just go.
What are you doing, Garet?
We're on an unnamed, undisclosed highway, and there was just a traffic light that wasn't on.
Again.
What I mean by that is that it's a traffic light that is at the intersection of 2 roads, a highway and a major road. And a main road. And it wasn't on, so none of the lights were on. There wasn't a flashing red or a flashing yellow. It was nothing in all directions. So basically, it's giver. I believe the proper term in the driving manual is send it. I mean, basically anything goes. It's uncontrolled. It's chaos. I mean, right hand, left turn, no signal, no shoulder check. Just floor it. Hope you don't get...
U-turns all over the place.
Just doing donuts in the intersection.
That reminds me of one camper that I had at camp in 2017. That was his leader. And his meme that he was saying the whole week was still gonna send it.
I know.
And
that was the start of the... That was when that was a thing.
I have no idea what it's from. Is it from a particular video? Do you know?
It's from a Vine, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, I don't want to say it because it was so annoying 2017.
Oh.
So many kids actually said it. But it was like this phrase that ended with him saying send it. I was like, I'm still gonna send it. It was the most annoying thing the year that it happened. But yeah. The one time when it's appropriate to still say that is when you come to an intersection. There's a traffic light. So you know, this is a pretty major... So this intersection's got a lot of traffic because they built a traffic light. And then they decided to stop sending power to the traffic light. So it's just black. Everything's black. And you're like, send it. Like, just give her. Wait, I think we were rating Veggietales.
Rating Esther.
I'm gonna give Esther Veggietales 4.5 stars.
Okay,
Are we rating?
I know it's a lot of stars. But you know, for an adaptation to a kids thing, Isle of Perpetual Tickling, terrifying.
Are we rating it as a thing or as a Veggietales episode?
As a kids program.
Okay.
As a kids biblically based program. With the understanding that an entirely accurate version of the story of Esther would not be appropriate for children.
Right, yeah. I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It's not the best of the I mean, it's one. I would
think we agree? 4 out of 5 stars?
4 out of 5.
To all you out there who are like, I need something to watch. I've watched everything on YouTube. I've watched everything on Netflix, including the terrible Veggietales adaptation.
It's systematically impossible to watch everything on YouTube. I don't know if systematically is the right word there.
Dang it.
It's like
Watch all you can out of your favorite creators.
But what about if you put
TV screens that you would have to have running 24/7?
What if you put it on 2.5 speed? Because you can put it. I've seen Caleb watch it like some 4-hour video on 2 times speed, and you can still understand it, but you have to like focus more.
Right.
Because it is twice as fast. They're talking twice as fast.
Yeah.
But I've seen him doing that. And do you know what? He doubles the amount of stuff he can watch.
Oh.
And do you know what? If you had 2 screens, that's 4 times the stuff you could watch.
By the way,
but 4 times doesn't cut it. You need something like 100 times or 1,000 times in order to keep up with the content.
This is why we need to plug my brain into the mainframe. Boom! All the YouTube videos watched. Boom! Everything on Netflix watched. Although I have to say, I would not want my brain to be the thing that sees all of the Netflix and all of the YouTube, because there's some dark corners.
Oh.
I'm confident. Ooh.
By the way, if you're looking for a good Veggietales song, I would suggest, probably no one else in my family agrees with this, but the Veggietales Super, I can't even remember what it's called. The Super one. The new one.
Super.
One where they're all super. And it's a Newsboy song that they wrote it for Veggietales. And in my opinion, it is just great. It's not really like super kiddish and stuff.
Yeah.
But I really like it. And it was on.
Gotta be honest, I'm an old school, homegrown, whole wheat Veggietales boy. Like, it's if it ain't on a VHS, I ain't listening.
Yeah. We have so many Veggietales VHSs.
Some of the new ones are good. I gotta be honest. Like Veggietales, I like it. In general, I like it. It's good. But I mean, the old silly songs were just
awesome.
They're just so good. My only cheeseburger, I went for you. I went for you. I will wait for you.
So my favorite silly song to this day is probably Bubble Wrap.
Yeah?
Lonely day, you crowded town.
I'm sorry, I don't know it by heart.
Giant!
Making our way.
The best we know how.
That doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the song.
Up. We're moving in.
Go back, Jack. Got chicken back. They are stuck.
Keep going.
It's funny because I actually remember all of them.
Protect that porcelain.
It's gonna break it. Nah, man. Even if I shake it, nah, man, all day. Coming in now. Feel against trouble, no shout.
Bubble wrap. My favorite part was when Junior Asparagus broke into this rap where he used like dog and swag, and I'm talking dog D-A-W-G.
I think it was just
so
like
good.
the thing, and then he just says, "What up, dog?" That's it.
But I'm telling you,
that wasn't Junior. That was the worm. Bubble. Ain't no toad.
Oh, yeah.
Take that bubble. You want bubble.
So good. But I mean, the best. I think it might be the best Veggietales silly song of all time. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch them. I mean, Cheeseburger's a great one.
That's great, yeah.
I gotta say, like there are a lot of good ones. But you know, I think it might be Belly Button.
Yes.
Belly Button. Belly Button. I don't remember the whole song. So good though. I have a feeling that at some point we might do something with Belly Button, you know?
Yeah.
Like a 90s style music video of it. where we're like in like really baggy, brightly colored clothing, and we're like dancing on different structures and singing the words of bubble wrap.
We could just be standing on top of totes.
And then yeah, standing on top of totes, and then like some really low key parkour.
Yeah.
Like inserted into the musical sections, and then like bouncing back and forth. That might happen at some point. I don't know. Oh, you something. I ain't got no belly button. Belly button, no, 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 no. No belly button.
I feel like you're super rude out west.
Me?
Garrett's trying to drive in the rain.
Yeah.
And the cold.
I don't know if you can hear us anymore because the rain's so loud.
That's going to be the nice, soothing background to this pod. This is going to be like the lounge pod.
Or just the annoying sound in the front.
Probably. But you know that lounge at the airport that costs like $15 to get in? But it's like quiet. And there's like lounge music. And you get some like comfy chairs. There's a fire.
I thought you only get to be in there if you have a first class ticket or something.
I think so. Anyway, like the first class lounge, like before you go on the flight, you get to go in this nice quiet lounge.
Is that the kind of music they play?
This is gonna be the episode that they play in that lounge. Like someone's gonna be in the lounge and they're gonna be listening to us screaming, "No, no, no, cheeseburger! I want a cheeseburger! I want for your own! I want for your own!" They're gonna hear that in the lounge and they're gonna be like, "That is what I needed for this flight. That is what I needed to put my mind at ease." So we'll give you a little bit of that, you know, for all the people in airports out there. We'll give you a little bit of the rain. Just like 10 seconds here. So peaceful. Just loop that. Someone loop that. It's gonna be like the new Fireplace channel. So yeah. You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
I had one thing that I wanted to advertise.
Go.
Wikipedia has a process by which anyone, if they have a reasonable microphone, can record themselves reading a Wikipedia article and then upload the audio to Wikipedia so that people can listen to the article instead of reading it. Okay. And there are a lot of pages that are visited by hundreds or thousands of people every day that do not have
audio recording.
An audio recording of the article. So right now I'm working.
You should be the voice of Wikipedia.
he is.
Right now I'm working on editing one of my recordings of a Wikipedia article, but it's a really, really long article. So the edited version, I'm partway through editing it, and I already have about an hour worth of it edited.
Wow.
So it's going to be something like an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow. Wait, I need you, when you finish this, to put the link to that Wikipedia article in the description of the video.
I can do that. I don't know when it's going to be finished, so it might not be by the time this goes up.
Okay.
But I'm definitely planning to finish it eventually. So when it's done, I can add it to that.
All right. So when
if it's not in this one, it should be in the next one.
If this video is posted, and you go into the description and you're like, and you click on it, and there's no audio recording on that Wikipedia page, count down the days. Check it every day.
No,
check it every hour.
I won't link to the Wikipedia page unless it's on there.
Oh, okay.
I'll just have a sentence saying it's not up yet.
Okay. So look in the description. If you see the link to this Wikipedia article, listen to Garet's soothing voice tell you about something that I don't know what it is.
What is it?
But it's on Wikipedia.
But just for the record, I just recorded in my room with my built-in laptop speaker. So I am not yet 100% certain. They have some kind of something equivalent to the quality control police for audio recordings. So I'm not yet sure how strict they're going to be. I'm hoping, because the project is essentially dead right now. It's one of those things that was really alive in about 2006.
Yeah.
And most of the pages that are related to it haven't been seriously changed since 2006. So I'm hoping that they will be not very strict on how high the quality has to be, because not very many people are interested in doing it at all.
Yeah.
But if you have free time and you want to make the lives of thousands of people better and make Wikipedia better, and you have a microphone that, especially if you have a decent one, unlike me, then you can record yourself reading Wikipedia articles. And the article that I'm editing the audio for right now, according to a third-party service, it has about 23,000 people a day view it. And so if only 1% of those would use the spoken audio, that's still hundreds of people a day.
Yeah.
That would hear my voice.
Hundreds of people a day.
Which is weird.
Are gonna hear Garet's silky smooth voice.
Not on YouTube,
but
it'll be Wikipedia.
But the worst version of Garet's silky smooth voice, because it's recorded on a terrible microphone.
I mean, I can't hear much of the difference between my voice in person and my voice on the microphone.
Yeah.
There is also some background noise during some of the clips, but not during most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can we like roll down 100 or something?
Yeah.
It's like somewhere in here.
I'll turn the heat off. I've been turning the heat on and off as the windows fog and defog.
Yeah. It is a moist day.
Oh yes.
So we
I feel cool.
we're hitting it hardy on the defog. But I believe my good friends.
Close your window.
I believe my good friends, we have come to the end.
One thing I want to say before we go is, just in case it isn't clear to anyone, we link everything that we talk about on our website with timestamps. So if you're listening and you hear us talk about something and you're interested in it, there's a link for it in the description. So
really? I
use
didn't
it.
even know that.
Yep. Do you not ever pull down the description on YouTube?
No, because I thought it was just blank.
No.
I didn't know you knew how to work descriptions.
What?
Okay, this is gonna help me roll into my next thing,
So, like,
because go ahead, sir.
So like last time you linked the Project for Awesome?
Yep.
I was wondering where that was. Oh,
Like, that should be something that's easily Googleable.
I know, I just was too lazy to Google it.
Hashtag first world problems.
It's not even a first world problem, it's like a first world weakness. Too lazy to Google something?
But this is why I like things in the description, so you don't have to Google them.
And this helps me lead into my last thing. Welcome to the credits. Yes, Garet and Sarah don't know that this is a thing because it's only been recorded on unreleased episodes so far. But this is the thing that we're doing. It's the credits. So I would like to thank all the people that made this particular podcast happen. Thank you to our editor, Garet. Thank you to our producer, Garet. Thank you to the funding board, Garet. Thank you to our tech team, Garet. Thank you to the writers of this episode, which were Judah, Garet, and Sarah. Thank you to
our mom for forcing us to go get Garet.
Thank you to our mom for birthing all of us, as she would insist on us thanking her for. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Storm, so we could tell stories about it.
Thank you to the soothing sound of rain.
How would that?
Thank you to all of our listeners who make the podcast happen. Thank you to all. I believe last podcast we said there were 12 of you. Hopefully there's more than 12 by now. But thank you to all of you, no matter how many of you there are.
I hope we soon have More viewers than episodes.
that would be magical. I don't know if we can hold that for very long because the amount of episodes that have been released is going up every week. But yeah, I would love it if that could be a thing that not only happens but continues to happen. So cheers.
I think we've made it to almost exactly an hour.
And
2 hours.
the cell phone upon which we have been recording this is extremely hot. So I'm going to stop recording now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Outro.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Outro. We better do some music. No, that's trademark. We can't use that now. Dang, that's trademark too. Every song is trademark. Every combination of chords is bow, bow, ba-dow, dow. There we go.